Ready, and... Oh, you're supposed to cut.
Books and boobs.
Books and boobs. Perfect, nailed it. That's
Great.
the name of our show. Welcome, and our jingle is Books and Boobs.
Yeah, you were really good at that. We should get something for back here.
Yeah, so that looks pretty.
Boobs.
Boobs. We'll take print a picture of boobs for next time.
My boobs. Your boobs.
One of each.
My left. Like it.
My left is better. Your right good.
My boobs are just out of this world at the moment. They're so big.
If you could be any character from a book, who would you be?
My instinct would be to be someone who I'm completely different to.
Mm-hmm.
Am I this person forever?
Yes.
Oh, maybe I'd be Emma from Emma because she's just such a bitch.
I love her. It's the moment that I super identify with her is after she has been a total bitch to the old lady, and afterwards Mr. Knightley comes up and he's like, that was badly done. Every time I read it, I can feel my face getting like hot with the shame. You know that feeling when you've done something terrible?
Yeah, and someone calls you out on it.
Yeah, and you know it was bad and you can't even justify it. You're just like, I shouldn't have said that. And I was mad because she was called Emma, which is my name for the viewers at home who don't know.
I don't think there are any Kelseys in books.
No. No.
I think I'd like to be someone really funny, like maybe, I know you haven't read it, but the Black Cat in Master and Margarita, because he just literally does whatever he wants. Like he walks around Moscow, just like playing chess and drinking loads of vodka. Actually, anyone in like the Devil's entourage that he always has with him. Or, oh my god, Peter Rabbit.
What?
You'd be so fluffy.
I think I would like to be Bertie Wooster. Any woman in a book, if you go back in time at all,
would be horrible.
Or even today, would be shit. Like,
yeah.
So I would want to be a man if I was going to go back in time, and I would want to be Bertie Wooster because he's just living the dream.
Oh, yeah, obviously any single character in Princess Bride.
Yes. Though actually I wouldn't want to be any of them because a lot of them have quite scary things happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, do you know that you're going to survive? Like, if you become a character, but do you know the end of the book?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, because like
are that character.
Yeah, okay.
So then you're actually scared. Like if you're Princess Buttercup, you're actually scared that you've been kidnapped. And if you're
actually considering killing yourself.
And they all get into like sword fights.
I would like to be
such a good book.
Fezzik, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's really sad because they're always so mean to him. It's only at the end where he's like, you finally did something right. And he's like, but he's been doing right things throughout the whole book. You're just all mean to him for no reason.
Also, Inigo Montoya, in the book, you get even more of his backstory and it's really sad.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't want to be any of them. Which do you prefer, the book or the film?
The book, definitely. Yeah, but I really liked that the book didn't take away my enjoyment of the film because I thought that it was going to.
For the rest of your life, you can only have books or wine.
Oh, books, because like I quite like other alcohols.
Okay, what about books or alcohol?
Ooh, maybe I just like get heavy into drugs and not
If you had to marry a villain
from
a book,
yes,
who would you marry?
Oh god,
I quite often like the villains.
That I feel like is a trait that happens in your normal life. You always went for buttheads.
Yeah, it's true. That's sexy. Books or films? That's easy. Books.
I think books or films are really hard. I know I get it the same with books, but it's just like a more instant gratification with films. I just love being absorbed into a world for like 2 hours or whatever and just being like forgetting myself. And
I love going to the cinema.
Or like cuddling up in bed with someone and like watching a film.
If you could be stuck on a desert island and you could bring with you a character from a book.
Can I say Edward Cullen?
Yes, you can say Edward Cullen, but it's a terrible answer.
I actually don't even remember him. I feel like he has no personality in the book.
He has no personality. I would bring Jacob, because Jacob in the book.
Jacob!
I remember you were like really into it.
I like read all 4 in like 2 days.
I did like them and read them. Just like I read 50 Shades of Grey.
Ah, see, I still haven't read that, and I actually
not worth it.
Don't think I have any interest in reading it.
When you start it, you kind of get into it enough that you're like, I want to read the next one.
So that's kind of what I thought would happen with these books, the Neapolitan Trilogy, which is actually 4 books. I thought it was going to be like a more refined version of like those shitty like holiday reads, but like it's just not. Like I don't have any interest in any of the characters. They remind me of you, actually.
I would maybe bring Ella, Enchanted. She's good at like getting herself out of trouble.
Maybe it's one of the like famous 5.
Oh my god, yes, that's a way better idea. Scratch what I said. One of the famous 5, probably George.
She'd be a pal.
Books or holidays?
All books, are you meaning fiction books?
Fiction books.
But holidays.
You'd pick holidays. But what would you do on holiday if you couldn't read?
Explore.
I can't really think of anything that I would pick over books.
Sex.
Okay, I would pick books over sex. Can I masturbate?
No. Books or never hearing about the Kardashians again?
pick books, but I would be really upset because I love keeping up with the Kardashians. I keep so up with the Kardashians that I bought 3 Kylie Jenner lip kits last night.
I saw. Did you get the gold one?
No, because I realised it would look awful on me.
What was the first book you read that you felt like you could immediately reread?
Oh yeah, I guess I do that. I've done that quite a lot when I was at uni, because if I was writing an essay I would have to read it several times.
One book that I have actually started to like make a point of reading at least once a year is All My Friends Are Superheroes, you know, the Andrew Kaufman one.
Oh my god, I love that book.
I just think it's the best way of describing like modern life. And yeah, just like every time I read it I'm just like, yes.
What books have you not finished?
Point Counterpoint. I started reading it and I hated it. It's a huge book.
Right.
And I just like, it got to the point where I just like couldn't do it. And I think that was the first ever book that I didn't finish.
I didn't finish Ulysses. It's not fun to read. If I start a book and it's not very good, I will just stop. It used to be like a really strong thing for me that I had to finish it. But now I feel like reading is such a joy. I love reading so much. Why would I waste time or like dampen my enjoyment of it out of some strict rules about finishing books?
Rolo. Reading only lives once.
That's
sensical.
Terrible. Books or friends?
Could my friends read me books?
That is very sneaky. No. If you pick books, you can still have family members who you can talk to. You're not like stuck in a room not being able to talk. But you can't have like friends that aren't related to you that you hang out with outside of work.
Friends.
Would you?
Friends.
I think I'll pick books.
Fuck you!
I want to keep my existing friends.
But you can't!
I think I would be lonely without books.
Really? Do you not see how paradoxical that is?
But growing up I never had friends, I just had books. I do have friends now. And books.
What would be the first full-length book you give to your child?
Ooh. Like, what's the first book I want them to read when they can read a full-length book? Something progressive. Castle Adventure was like one of my favourite childhood books and I was loving it, and I definitely want my kids to read it because it's so much fun. But because it was written in like the 40s and it's about 2 girls and 2 boys, there's a lot of sexism in it. Like, whenever they're going off on these adventures, the boys always go and do the adventure and the girls wait at home, and that's just like never questioned.
That would instill bad ideas, yeah.
So I would want them to be reading fiction that was way more progressive first, and then they could read all these books. I could be like, these are really lovely old books and I want you to enjoy them for the stories.
But these messages are flawed.
Yeah, exactly.
Does Narnia count as a child's book? I know it is based on sort of like God, and the whole thing is an allegory for like faith and belief and stuff. But I think you could just as easily separate that, like Aslan is a god, Aslan is just the embodiment of like positive forces.
Right. If you could have books for boobs.
Book boobs.
Up until here they look like boobs, but then they open this way so that you can read them and you can read a book.
Like, let's say I'm on a train. I don't think I could get my book boob out.
But that's what we're fighting for. Free the book boob. It's like breastfeeding, but you're feeding your mind.
Breastreading.
Breastfeeding. I like breastfeeding. The downside is that they're slightly difficult to fit into t-shirts. Books and boobs.